All right, hopefully everybody has their yarn that they're willing to use to try this out and some needles. Like I said, I used 8 and this is Worcester weight yarn, which is a 4. So as you can see here, this Old Shale Stitch kind of gives like that wave appearance. So this was actually 4 repeats of the 4 rows that make up the Old Shale Stitch. So it's done across 18 stitches. So what I did here was 2 multiples of it. So there's 36 stitches and a selvage stitch on each end. So go ahead and cast on 38 stitches, which gives you 1 selvage on each end, and we'll be able to do 2 repeats of the Old Shale Stitch. Once you cast on the 38 stitches, go ahead and work stockinette in, I don't know, I did about 10 rows here. That'll give you like a good base to hold on to do that, practice the stitch. And can kind of give you an idea on how it works with stockinette. So go ahead and pause me, get your cast on going and work your stockinette, and then come back and we'll do the old shale stitch. All right, so I always purl slide my first salvage stitch purl wise. Ugh, having problems speaking here. All right, get my needle untangled. So we're going to slide this purlwise, and the first row of the Old Shale Stitch is a knit. So we're just going to knit all the way across. So go ahead and knit all 38 stitches. It's kind of fun to knit around a camera. Hopefully it looks pretty good for you guys. So continue knitting all the way across. So you're going to knit those 36 stitches, and then you're going to also knit this last selvage stitch. Okay, turn your work. And the second row, you're going to purl all the way across. So again, I slide my first stitch purlwise, and then now I'll purl the 36 stitches. Sorry guys, I'm a much faster knitter than I am a purler, so bear with me as we get across these stitches. So again, row 1 is knit and row 2 is purl. We're almost there. And then my last selvage stitch I always knit, and that just gives a nice finish in my opinion up the side. Okay, we're going to turn our work for row 3. So row 3 is actually the guts of the stitch. So again, we're going to slide the selvage stitch purlwise, and you're going to knit 2 together 3 times. So you're going to knit 2 stitches together 3 times. So there's 1. We're going to knit these 2 together. That makes 2. And then we're going to knit these 2 together. That's 3. The next section is going to be a yarn over, knit 1. So to yarn over, you bring your yarn between the 2 needles, so that creates a stitch. See how it goes back over the needle, and then you're going to knit 1. and you're going to yarn over and knit 1. Yarn over by bringing your yarn between the 2 needles and knit 1. We've done 3 so far. You're going to yarn over, knit 1, that's 4. Yarn over, knit 1, that's 5. Yarn over, knit 1, that's 6. So you can look back here. We have the 3 knits together. Here's 1 yarn over, 2 yarn overs, 3 yarn over, 4 yarn over, 5 yarn over, 6 yarn over. It kind of creates like a little hole in the yarn. And now we're going to finish with 3 knit 2 togethers. So we're going to knit these 2 stitches together for 1, knit these 2 stitches together for 2, and knit these 2 stitches together for 3. So that is 18 stitches and completes the Old Shale Stitch. So let's do it one more time to finish out the row. So we're going to knit 2 together 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to do yarn over, knit 1 6 times. Yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, that's our second. Yarn over, knit 1, that's our third. Yarn over, knit 1, that's our fourth. Yarn over, knit 1, our fifth. And yarn over, knit 1, our sixth. And then we're going to finish with 3 knit 2 together. Knit 2 together, that's 1. Knit 2 together, that's 2. Knit 2 together, that's our third one. We're up to our selvage stitch, and we're just going to knit that one. So now you've done the guts of the stitch in row 3. So go ahead, turn your work, and on row 4, we're going to knit. So again, slide that first stitch, this first selvage stitch at purlwise, and now we're going to knit all the way across. Knit those yarn overs as well. Just consider it a normal stitch. Oops. Okay, we're almost to the end. Oops. And again, knit that selvage stitch at the end. So go ahead, turn your work, lay it out, and you've done the guts, the first Old Shale, right? So if you go ahead and repeat it 4 times or 3 more times so you can start to see the wave action and see how it works. Other variations of the stitch are, if you see this purl row here, possibly doing maybe another one. So you get a little thicker raise, and then this valley is a little further down. That's another option. Do it different colors. Like I said, you could do like a white for the stockinette, do the Old Shale stitch in a red, and then do white for stockinette. You'll get a nice striped effect. There are also some other patterns on Ravelry that are free. So I'm going to say this wrong, but Multnomah is a 1 skein fingering weight shawl. That's great to, works up pretty fast. It uses the Old Shale stitch as its border. So if you work on that now, you'd have something for the spring and summer in those air-conditioned buildings. Another pattern on Ravelry that's free is called the Old Shale Shawl. You can take a look at that as well. And then there's the Old Shale Waves, which is a blanket. But again, play around with the pattern, mix it, do more rows, less rows, add some more purls in here, and just see what you can do as you play around with the stitch. Hopefully Chris has provided you with the written instructions. And if not, let us know. We'll get them to you. If you have any questions, let her know. She'll get in touch with me. Thanks and enjoy.